Hello, I'm Tony, and today we're going to take a look at the streaming service from Amazon, Amazon Luna. It's sort of being advertised via Prime Gaming, tucked right down at the bottom of the page, giving free access to 4 games from their catalogue for a month. Luna could be the answer for those slow laptops out there like mine that can't run a lot of the newer games. I've grabbed a bunch of games from Prime Gaming and the Epic Games Store that I can't play. So, Luna, you have my interest. Let's see if you're going to have my attention. And my money. I mean, they're not going to get my money. I'm not paying for it, by the way, just so you know. This isn't a try out the service thing. I just want to play the free games, see how well it works or not, and then see if what they offer is actually tempting. We have 4 games available for free from Luna this month. The Jackbox Party Pack number 3, Yakuza Kiwami 2, Horizon Chase Turbo and The Adventure Pals. I played all of those via Luna, and honestly only one of them, the Yakuza game, needs to be run via streaming. Jackbox obviously runs in the browser. Horizon Chase Turbo is a retro style racing game that isn't demanding graphically. I got it free from Epic Games, so I tried it out and it runs fine locally. And Adventure Pals is a mostly 2D side-scrolling platformer that doesn't need a good graphics card either, so 3/4 of the games here don't need to be streamed to run on my laptop, which is a weird way of advertising a streaming service. You'd think they'd send out the games that are like graphically difficult to run to prove the point, but no. Attempting to run Yakuza from the Play on Luna button from the usual Prime Gaming page, which runs games in your browser, doesn't detect my controller, which is a bit of an issue given the game has just told me that real Yakuza use controllers, and I want to be a real Yakuza. I don't want to be a fake keyboard Yakuza. I took a look at the Luna compatible controller page, and it lists the Xbox One controller, PlayStation 4 DualShock Wireless, and Amazon's own £60 Luna controller as the only supported ones. Now mine is an unofficial Xbox, so I'm wondering if that's the problem, that it's not official. So I search around the Luna Learn More page, and as I'm reading through it, it says there's a desktop client, and there's a link in the FAQ section. So I download it and get it installed, and what do you know? My controller works in the desktop client. This does mean I get to play my free Yakuza game as a real Yakuza. So I'm kind of happy, but I'm confused. Why does the client work with a controller and the browser doesn't, and why are Amazon not telling everyone to use the client, or at least suggest it, and not hide it away mid some FAQs that most people aren't going to read? It's so weird. I don't know why Amazon are trying to put a bunch of people off their service that haven't got those official controllers, but top marks. Glad to see you're taking this seriously, Amazon. That's the way to do it, put your worst foot forward. Not to say that the desktop client doesn't have its own problems, like quitting out of games sometimes just doesn't work. I kind of have to Alt F4 out the game itself, which leaves me with the Luna desktop client just having a blank screen, which I then have to quit out of via the taskbar. Still work to be done there. Back to Yakuza though. This isn't a game that's going to run on my laptop. From the streaming via Luna, it ran mostly smoothly. Certainly in most of the cutscenes it was okay, but there was still a bit of stutter during a couple of cutscenes and some of the fights. It was still entirely playable and looked like a lot of fun. I think having it available for a month for free would probably give me enough time to finish the game if I wanted to. Thinking of it from my usual free game review video perspective, it might actually be worth a review. I did also play Horizon Chase Turbo for a while, which was a good old school arcade racing game. I also got some stutters that I didn't see when I installed it locally. So it was actually a slightly worse experience playing it via Luna. I can see this being a game you go back to for months on end for a quick bit of racing, so I guess it probably wasn't a bad advert for the service anyway, actually. Of course, playing it after this month is going to require subscription, so let's talk about them. Luna's offering 3 subscription models. There's Luna Plus, which gives you access to all the Luna games library. And for me in the UK, that's going to be £9 a month. There's 110 games currently, but it appears that it does change every month, kind of like the Xbox Game Pass does. It also gives you the ability to play any Ubisoft games that you've already purchased, as long as you link your Ubisoft account. Talking of Ubisoft, the next subscription is Ubisoft Plus, and currently 42 games from Ubisoft are supported to be streamed through Luna. This includes stuff like Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Far Cry 6. All for the princely sum of £13 a month. From what I can tell, this does not include Luna Plus. So you're not getting access to all the Luna games library as far as I can see. This subscription isn't like Luna's subscription. This is the Ubisoft subscription that gives you access to play Ubisoft games whenever you want. All that's being added here is that you can play 42 of them via Luna and stream them, as long as you link your Ubisoft account. The third subscription option is the Jackbox games, and for £4 a month you get access to all 9 of the party packs. And I'm assuming party packs that are released in the future. I did check and those party packs are around £25 each, so each one costs effectively 6 months worth of the subscription. Let's check out the Luna games that are being offered though. Let's see what amazing games they're rocking that are going to make me want to hand over £9 a month. This is an odd one. Scrolling through, I'm seeing games I already own that I've got for free. Prime Gaming themselves have already given me Chicken Police, Control via GOG, Death Squared, Metal Slug X, which is currently available for free through Prime Gaming, and definitely doesn't need to be streamed on pretty much any PC. Paper Beast, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, also via GOG, Twinkle Star Sprites and YouTuber's Life. OMG! Epic Games also gifted me another 7 from this list. That ends up as 16 that I already own out of the 110, which kind of puts a bit of a dent in that price to value ratio. Taking all of the games in that list of 110, including the ones that I've already got, and being really generous, I see 9 games that I might be interested to play. The ones that I am interested in playing are there mostly because they wouldn't run on my laptop without a streaming service running them for me. But the question is, would I want to pay £9 a month to play these games? I don't think my interest in these particular games is that high. A lot of the games on this list feel like filler to make up the numbers, but aren't games the majority of people would go out of their way to play, and also don't need to be streamed for most people to be able to run. I just don't think this is a very strong library of games. Compare it against Game Pass, for example. It doesn't really stack up that well. There's no must-have games on here. There's no new games on here either. You'd expect even something like New World or Lost Ark to be on here. They're games Amazon's publishing, why aren't they here? It seems weird that the games that are the most popular aren't being used to promote Luna. Now I guess if a game comes up that you're desperate to play, but your PC can't run, paying that £9 for a month to play that game might be an option if you can complete it in a month. How often is that going to come up though? I don't know. I can't say I'm that impressed with Luna at the moment. The tech seems to work decently well, despite one of last month's games constantly showing me network issue detected messages, even though it still ran. As mentioned, there has been a bit of stutter on a couple of games that I played. Not enough to ruin the game experience, and far better than I'd get running them locally. Problem is, Luna feels a bit like an afterthought. It's stuck down there at the bottom of the Prime Gaming webpage. I'm not seeing many adverts for it. So it makes me wonder how committed to it Amazon's actually going to be. It also doesn't give a very good first impression. The browser not supporting a pretty standard control that works on my PC is really poor. Then the fact that the desktop client that does support controllers is kind of hidden away. That seems baffling, and it adds to that kind of I ain't bothered impression that I'm getting from Luna. Compare Stadia's advertising and marketing to Luna. Google showed a lot more commitment to Stadia than Amazon showing to Luna, and yeah, we know what happened to Stadia. Now I've got a desktop client installed, I will actually keep an eye on the free games offered each month and play any that catch my eye. Even do reviews if people want me to, but pay for this service? No. Let's see how it is in a year's time. Let's see if it's still here. I hope this was somewhat helpful to people, so thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.